What's good, Paisanos? V here. Come on, you guys. Well, another market watch today. You know, it's really hard to do a market watch on anything other than talking about crossover breakers. But we're going to do it in this video. Guys, you need to try to make sure the like button, subscribe button, and comment down below. Excuse me. Let's talk about crossover breakers. Now, I want you to let's play a little mini game. Name me one card out of crossover breakers that's not archetype specific. Take your time. Little hint. None of these. None of these cards. Let's look around. They're all archetype specific, whether it's Malice, Riseu, hell, whether it's Ryugi. Like, they're all archetype specific. Konami basically sold its 3 starter decks with different varying rarities into a booster box. And I'll be honest with you, me who always tells you never to buy sealed, I bought 7 of these booster boxes. I went crazy on this set because I wanted to get both Malice and Riseu. And I imagine a lot of players did as well, especially players attending the YCS that happened in California not too long ago, and future Yu-Gi-Oh events. And I don't blame them because this is a really good set. Konami did something really cool in this set, which I don't think nobody ever caught any eye on, except myself and maybe some other Pokemon players, but they released varying rarities, meaning these cards were a lot cheaper to get, for the most part, than if Konami made them as a one-up in this set. Let me explain. Malice White Rabbit's a great example. It has a QCR where it's almost like $300. Then it has a CR where it's about $105 right there. Then it has an ultra rare, which is about roughly 44 bucks. Once again, not insane, but it's a good start. And we see this in Pokemon. They've been doing this constantly, where they release a set and there's an expensive version of a card. Kind of expensive. They do this like 4 times sometimes, ideally 3. And you can get the card for $7. So if a new set comes out and you really want the card because you need it for your deck, $7. Now, obviously with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's a little bit harder because we buy up things fast. Yu-Gi-Oh players, there's no incentive other than we just want to do this. So we'll just absorb the ultra market just as fast as we'll do the CR, just as fast as we'll do the QCR market. But looking at it, that's kind of crazy. This card, had this set come out, Master Rider with the ultra rare will probably be worth about $80 a pop. I hope Konami does this more. Whether it's QCRs, I know they're going to be ending with the QCRs soon. So hopefully we see this more happening with another rarity which they're going to bring in. I think that'd be cool. Having multiple rarities means players can get the cards at a cheaper ratio as well as higher ratios. With that said, here's what I'm doing, and this is what I recommend for anybody. If you like Malice more, do this, what I'm doing. If it's the other way, flip it opposite what I'm going to say. I'm personally looking to buy Malice Max Rarity because I just like the core, I like the way the deck plays. And I'm going QCR, QCR, QCR. And then getting this CRs and Konami later on basis with more QCR cards. This is going to happen with the next step, more than likely. That's what I'm doing. Riseu, I'm just getting in CR. It's infinitely cheaper. Nobody's looking at the CR Riseu market. Like, if you're a Mouse fan, but you still want to play Riseus, CR dual drive and detonators are dirt cheap right now. In fact, a majority of the cards, Riseu Cross is dirt cheap. It starts getting a little more expensive when you get into Sword Riseu and EXC Riseu, but that makes sense because they're pretty hard to get. So once again, you're gonna want to go ahead and grab those. And whatever isn't in here, as you can tell, the still cards missing as far as CR. Just wait. Konami's gonna make CR versions more than likely when they finally finish off the QCR set. So this is something to keep an eye on. I think Konami's not done with this. I wouldn't be surprised if we get more of CRs and the flip flops. But yeah, Mouse and QCR 100% is gonna get done. That's the way I'm doing it. Comment down below. How are you doing it? Are you gonna get both Max Rarity? Is it worth it? Are you going to play that much Yu-Gi-Oh? I had a buddy of my locals who actually went and bought Max Rarity Riseu. He spent almost $2,000 on buying this. And the reason why it's very simple is because that's the only deck he's going to play with. And it's one of the best decks that more likely is going to last him until Nationals. Moving forward, this reminds me a lot like Invoked. When Invoked first debuted out of Fusion of Forces, for the most part, everything wasn't as expensive. Mecha Ball was like $60, I believe. Invocation was around $60. And the rest of the cards were like $1 to like $5. But you only had one run at them for a while with Fusion of Forces until they got reprinted later on Shards of Valhalla. So it was still relatively expensive. Somehow, though, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are still holding the floor. Even though we got 3 shots on a card, you're just holding the floor with that expensiveness. It's just really something cool to note. I just want to throw that out there. Number 1. Number 2, you might want to pick up Invoked in general. Invoked's really good. Looks like it's going to be getting support. And I was, if you guys watching this video right now, if you said, V, give me one Invoke card to grab, this card right here. Absolutely this card. I also did Invoker Malice CR and Justice Impact is an amazing card. Yeah, it doesn't have a QCR, and sure, maybe you might want to pick up the QCR, but it doesn't exist right now. The QCR version of this card doesn't exist at the moment. Maybe they'll make a QCR, hopefully not. And if they don't make a QCR, and we get what Meg, the last QCR set, this card's gonna be worth a lot of money. Like, whatever misses QCR Armageddon is gonna be worth a crazy amount of money. And if I was you guys right now, I'd be watching every day about leaks and spoilers about the last QCR set. Because the minute we get that, alternative with CR that's not been hit by that, that's gonna have the most impact. By the way, once again, Invocation as an OT, I think you can grab that. It's relatively inexpensive. I think it's like 30. Cigarette versus the card is about 4 or 5. Alright. Well, Charming Wallows is probably laughing right now. I imagine like anyone holding this card, especially like any vendor, is smiling because everyone's so heavily distracted. Everyone's forgetting no matter what deck you play, you still need Wallows times 3. Not only that, you need this card, and well, we'll go by verifiable sellers. This guy looks verifiable. $110. You need 3 of those. So in a way, we got crossover breakers, allegedly cheaper cards. Allegedly, I mean, you know, EXC Riseu, ultra rares supposed to be 10. Realistically, it's like 30. So once again, allegedly, cheaper cards. But with that said, you're gonna be paying a lot more money to get more Charming Wallows, and this is a needed card. Like, there's no way around this card. This is not. I'm sorry. Like, that doesn't exist. You have Ash, you have Cross Out, sure, you got like maybe 1 Wallows, but nothing beats having 3 of a card that's really good in the game right now. By the way, look at that. You can literally see Wallows. Hey, the U-Belt card. We don't know what he played, actually. We don't know what this kid played. Joshua Smith, we don't actually have his... Do we have his deck list? He didn't play Wallows in the main. And he played the other player earlier. So you can play this deck list, I guess. Sure. How much does that cost? Where's the value of that? $942? You got it. So what I'm trying to point out is Wallows is definitely a necessary card in the game, unfortunately, still. You would think time, after a while, the price would ideally go down. No matter how good a card is, theoretically, the price always has to go down with reprints. And we know Wallows is going to be getting a reprint. So Cigarette Wallows will be going down in a couple of months. QCR Wallows used to be 400, now it's 350, so it's not bad. Right? I mean, 150 off a play set. That sounds kind of cool when you look at a front end. QCR versions obviously are going to have better value as well, even with the release of the reprinted versions. Well, yeah, Konami will only make a QCR of a card one time. They get one shot, and if it's already out, like you can see over here, they're not gonna go ahead and do that again. So, little question for everybody: what's your favorite Blue Eyes White Dragon card? And it's not just a random like Yu-Gi-Oh collector question. It's gonna be a meta question soon because with the release of the Blue Eyes structure that came in the TCG, Blue Eyes actually, arguably, might be even better than Riseu. If you could fathom that, that is the truth. So, with that truth, and listen, if you look at OCG compared to here, that could be very well. I think Blue Eyes might be even better than Riseu. Who knows? With that said, what's the best one? So obviously you got a bunch of Blue Eyes. You can look around, shop around, a lot of fun. Start at Kaiba. Hey, first edition probably cost you a couple of bucks. The answer is DDS. DDS is the answer. Don't look at anything else. It's DDS. I don't care what anyone else says. Even the fake DDS version of Blue Eyes, that's always going to be known as the expensive version of Blue Eyes. That's not DDS. DDS is the hardest. So I was talking to a buddy about this at Locals, and Yu-Gi-Oh has very few like hard to get cards, and these cards are super hard to find, very hard, very sought after. It's even rare to even say that you've seen the motherfucking card, let alone actually own this card. Stardust Dragon, first edition Ghost Rare, same with Black Rose. It's gonna be soon Appaloosa and IP. It's really hard to find cards. DDS Blue Eyes as well as cards that if you said you saw somebody with 2, your friends might call you a liar. They might say you're full of shit. There's no way you saw 2 of this card in one building, let alone 3. With that said, this card's insanely expensive. How expensive you want to know how expensive this card is? This card's gonna run you. So these are damage heavily played. Then we start getting the light played. That's about $1,700. There's another one for about $1,700. And so 1,700 times 3, let me do some quick math, is about $5,100. We'll say $5,000 if you get a good deal. You go to a place to have 3 magically. You know, the guys taking you to a back room through security guards, through a gate, and then you have to do like visual scan, you know, the whole nine. You know, obviously, we're talking DDS Blue Eyes. Then you walk in and there's 3 of them, and they have like acrylic shelling, so you can't like get through with like a gun or tank basically on the. Anyway, $5,000 for 3 cards. If you told me a couple of years ago Yu-Gi-Oh player was gonna spend $5,000 for 3 cards for a deck, I'd call you the dumbest Yu-Gi-Oh player to exist. You're a dumbass. You're an idiot. Get out of here. The Yu-Gi-Oh player base is maturing at such a speed that I won't be surprised by the time we hit next year, there's gonna be a player with 3 of these. I'm tempted to buy 3 myself. Why? Because I like this card. It's really hard, it's really rare, and it's really old. Like me. Well, the old. This card right here, I guarantee you we're gonna see a player rocking 3 of these. Now, who's it gonna be? Is the question. If you think players will rock 3 of these, just know, like my friend at Locals, many people have went out and already have max rarity Malice and or Riseu. It's only a matter of time before we see 3 of these in a deck being used. By the way, this should not be. This is like taking the Mona Lisa and using it like using it to eat food on just because you can. Like, this is a rare piece of artwork that players are going to be using soon. I'm like I said, I'm debating on doing it myself because 1, it's fun. 2, it's retarded and fun, which I like. And 3, that's a damn near piece of history right here. By the way, you might want to consider picking up Prime Light Lordy Load. And if you're gonna say, hey, wait a minute, V, that card's $75, that's a lot of money. After that, it goes to $95, then $100, that's a lot of money. We just talked about a card that's $800. No, this is a deal. Primite Drill Bean is also roughly around $40. You might want to consider picking that up if you want to play Primates with your blue eyes. Close Bonanza, no one's really talking about this set, and thank God. This set has certain cards I think are really good. I might need to do a video specifically about this set, and the rest of the cards in the set are trash. Everything here is Smokes and Mirrors the set. And Smokes and Mirrors the set is only going to have a certain amount of value. Don't get me wrong. Once again, I still think there are great valuable cards in this set, but that value is going to be diminishing once Yu-Gi-Oh players have to compare what is, because you always have to go with what's the most expensive one, and that's what everybody's going to want to grab. Nobody really cares on Yu-Gi-Oh for second place. I'll give you an example. Who got second place at Nationals this year? Besides the guy that actually got second place at Nationals, I only think his best friends are fucking going, I don't know. Like, nobody cares. Who got second place at Worlds? Nobody cares. Like, second place in Yu-Gi-Oh is the first guy to thank the winner and get the fuck out of his way. Looking into it, I think these courses of Bonanza is like that meme where it's second place for a majority of the cards. Not all, though. There are some cards that are winners in the set. One thing I'll talk about more in another video. Like button, subscribe button, yada, yada, yada. Why is the Infinite Forbidden rising in value exponentially? Yes, Fiendsmith did a thing at the YCS. Can it do it consistently? I don't know. I really don't know. But going by the numbers, the Yu-Gi-Oh player base feels confident I can. I mean, Fiendsmith Requiem was like, dude, $40. I remember spending like 27 on mines. Yeah, Requiem's $105 for the QCR. That's a crazy amount of money. Then we got Engraver, which used to be $100, but it went back down, right? It's going back up to $100. It's $92. This card was This card was like $60 last time we talked about it. It was tanking. Then we got Silhat Rabbit. This card really isn't doing anything. No, it's like $70. I just really like this card a lot. It's $70 is kind of a lot of money, but look at him. He's worth it. I want to put him in my Malice deck. It has nothing to do with anything, but it kind of makes sense. Like, if you saw this card whipped on a Malice, you're going to go, that makes sense. Yeah, resolve. I'm even going to negate that card. You let that bad boy resolve. Then we have White Force, which is in here. And White Force in the Oshi has actually started to do a lot more things. I still think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to start moving towards White Forest, just in general. So I wouldn't be surprised if these cards actually rise in value, as potentially everything else in the set declines in value. Over there, Konami, hey, over here. Can we get another OTS set? Because this one's done, okay? We had our fun, we played it for a while. Phantom of Yubel's ass, nobody's playing Yubel. Diabell Star has been nerfed so badly. Low is the only card that I kind of want, and you can grab this low or the QCR low. We'll talk about that in a second. And then the rest of the cards here, nobody cares. They were really cool for the first couple of... The second you release the ban list, you might as well say, here's OTS for pack 27. Just don't worry about anything else. There's nothing here you need. It's just redundant. I mean, once again, it's cool to have these cards. Like, I'll be excited if I pull a Phantom Bell. I'll be like, yay! Into the binder. Right, same with all these. None of it matters, dude. I mean, okay, so let's talk about Voiceless Voice because Riseu players are screaming about this and they have every right to be. Voiceless Voice with Riseu is really good in the OCG. Here in the TCG, I still think it's really good, but right now the meta of the TCG doesn't need this to be valuable. Meaning that if you look at the OCG, for a while it was Voiceless Voice and Malice. That was the two. I mean, not more. It was Malice and Riseu. And then after a while, slowly handshots started dying down because these decks started playing more cards. Like, I don't know, that card D Barrier, Dimension Shift. I mean, those cards, the ones that make your handshots kind of cute but not really do anything because you need to find extensions so you survive the next turn. With Shifter, the amount of handshots in a lot of these decks did go down. And then when the handshot value went down, also players are playing Towns and throughout, that's a whole different thing. As the amount of handshots went down, slower, more controlling, dominating decks like Voiceless Voice got better. And I think Voices with Riseu is really good, just not now. With that said, there's going to be a time where even on this channel, I might showcase my Voiceless Riseu regional top deck because of how good it is. I wouldn't be surprised if you're thinking about that right now as well. With that said, now that we have information, now that we know it's going to be good in the future, it's not good right now, no big deal. What do I do right now? I already own these cards, I'm going to tell you right now, QCR Voiceless Voice are sleepers. And I mean like a coma sleepers. Low has no right being this cheap. Low QCR right now is roughly around $64, you know, $67 right there, boom. $68, $67 for a QCR low. This is going to go up in value, no doubt in my mind. Guaranteed going up in value easily. Let's go Guardian, another one that's dirt cheap, $51. I think this is going to go up in value as well. I don't know how much, by the way, but I do think they're going to go up in value. Saphira, you know, in the TCG, YuGiOh players are going to 2 Saphira. In the OG, they stick with 3. Look at Saphira, though. If we stick with 2, I think the value might stabilize, maybe go up a little bit. I mean, it's kind of crazy right now because you see it at 78, then you see it at 87, and then you blinked already. It's $93. But about on a page, we're talking like $95 for this card. So it's already kind of getting there, but not really there. The rest of the stuff is good pickups. Do not buy this Saphira. This one's trash. It's $12. Maybe it's good to buy for a collection, I guess, but for the most part, you don't need it. And you don't need Guardians of Voices. The strap is straight booty cheeks. But the rest of the stuff's cool. I mean, this is the kind of thing, if I was you, I would consider picking up. Even if you don't want this low, no big deal. You want cheaper low? No big deal. You haven't put in OTS packs? Easily. $15. You're going to want to go ahead and start looking at these cards because as the meta gets slower, which I think it's going to get slower, it's already starting to slow down already, if you notice. Snake Eyes was like a 20-minute combo. Riseu was like, summon ice, bring out this guy. Alright, bring out Detonator effect. Cool. Not Detonator, Dual Drive. Bring out Detonator. Woo! I'm sweating. This one card combo got me sweating. Alright, I have 5, 6, 7 cards in my hand. Pass turn. Long turn there. But before it was like Snake Eyes, it was like Bonfire. Activate that little motherfucker. Bring him on board. Add one to hand. Bring it on. The combo still, it's getting there. The plays are moving a lot faster, and I think as the meta slows down, we're gonna see cards like Voiceless Voice, archetypes like Voiceless Voice get better, especially with Riseu. This is why I said definitely keep an eye on this. Definitely look to pick this up because this will definitely see its way in the top tier decks in the regionals, maybe even YCS of the future. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. It's your boy V. You guys have a great day.